introducing a project from our second year, microplot. It is not surprising that the premise of the terraforming, the hypothesis, and its vocabularies of the planetary would draw our attention to very large scale conditions and interventions. But in fact, the very small, smaller than a person or a locale, is at least as important as anything at continental scale. More precisely, we see that, quite obviously, the global versus local distinction is not helpful when considering the planetary role of, for example, carbon dioxide accumulation, or in the case of this project, the irreducible agency of microbial life. It wasn't always this way, however. Modern design sought to eliminate microbes. Buckminster Fuller's Dymaxion house, for example, was inspired in significant part by the death of his young daughter Alexandra at the age of 4. Racked by guilt that her condition had something to do with his poor family's unsanitary living circumstance, Fuller drank heavily for years. Eventually, after working at the Stockade Building Company, inspired by their industrial processes, he was taken by his messianic vision to provide inexpensive, quality building systems to everyone. Dymaxion, in other words, was nothing if not hygienic. And looking back, from the lazarettos to linoleum, and also to the present, and our moment of design's interest in the questions of touchlessness, the topic takes on new urgency. It amplifies, one that amplifies an aesthetics of, in some cases, a kind of maximum antiseptic hygiene and antibiotic intervention as design principle and design program. Now, this may be quite reasonable when dealing with COVID viruses, for example, but certainly not for everything. The relationship between design, urban design in particular, and microbial life has been, as suggested, a rough one. For only the most recent slice of history, of course, did we know about the existence of microbes. For a yet slimmer slice, did we understand their role in infection. For a yet thinner one, how to design buildings and tools and processes to avoid the malevolence from these tiny creatures and so on. And truly, only in the past decade or two, especially with genomic sequencing of the microbiome internal to human bodies, that is, most of the DNA inside one's own body is not human. The human body itself is not exclusively human. Has the understanding of the real complexity and importance of microbial life started to really come into view. With the revolution of genomic sequencing, another picture comes into focus, in other words, not on behalf of wiping the world clean of microbes, but of appreciating the depth and complexity of their vital agency. It's not an overstatement, I think, to say that if the 20th century's design focus on microbial life was annihilationist, the 21st century's may focus instead on interdependency. The focus and that interdependency will be trained on a new telling of the agency of microbial life as a terraformer. In the deep time of Earth's paths, the deep adjacencies of its present, and perhaps with not instead of humans, its future as well. That, indeed, is the story of microplot.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Lindsay, and I'm an architect from Scotland, and I'm currently based in Paris.
Hello everyone, my name is Dhruv, and I am an architect and architectural historian from India.
Hi, my name is Alla, I'm from Moscow, and my background is in Asian studies. Our project, Microplot, is about human and microbial entanglements and how its understanding is framed by technologies which define and influence the design practice, decision-making process, and general approach to building environments. So in our case, plot is a story of revelation and a side of design. Let's see it.